You know how some advice just hits different? Like, it doesn't just sound good in the moment, it actually sticks with you for life? I've heard a lot of financial advice over the years. Some good, some not so much. But there's one piece of money advice that changed everything for me. And I'm going to share it with you because I believe it can change everything for you too. Go ahead and like this video if you're ready to take your money mindset to the next level. And subscribe if you want practical, honest financial content that actually helps. Drop a comment and let me know, what's the best money advice you've ever received? The advice that changed everything. The best money advice I ever got came from someone who wasn't rich. He wasn't flashy. He didn't own a business. He didn't have millions in the bank. But he was free, financially free. And when I asked him how he did it, he said, "Stop trying to look rich. Start trying to be rich." That's it. And at first, I'll be honest, I brushed it off. I thought, yeah, live below your means, whatever. But the more I looked around, the more I realized how many of us are stuck in the trap of performing wealth instead of building it. Looking rich versus being rich. Looking rich is easy. New clothes, flashy car, upgraded phone. It feels good for a second. But being rich? That's different. That's quieter, and that takes intentional discipline. Here's what I learned after I finally took that advice seriously. 1. I started asking, does this make me wealthier? Every spending decision, big or small, I started asking myself one question. Does this move me closer to wealth or further from it? And no, I didn't cut out all joy. I still bought things I loved. I still went out, I still traveled, but I spent differently with purpose. A $5 coffee? No problem, if I've hit my savings goals for the month. A Talon $200 phone? Not if my emergency fund isn't fully built. It wasn't about guilt, it was about alignment. 2. I learned the power of owning less but better. Trying to look rich usually means owning more. More clothes, more shoes, more stuff. But being rich meant I had to get comfortable with owning less, but better. I stopped buying fast fashion. I invested in timeless, durable things, and I started thinking in years instead of months. Suddenly, my closet got smaller, but my bank account got bigger. 3. I paid myself first, no matter what. You've heard this before, but most people don't actually do it. Once I made this a non-negotiable, everything changed. As soon as money hit my account, 10% to savings, 15% to investments. Emergency fund topped up. The rest? That's what I lived on. That single habit is what built my safety net. That's what gave me options. That's what gave me peace. 4. I let time and compounding work for me. Looking rich is urgent. It screams, now, impress them now. But real wealth? That's quiet, it takes time. I stopped trying to 10x my money overnight. I focused on consistency. Index funds, ETFs. I let time do the heavy lifting. The result? I started seeing real growth. Slow at first, but then it picked up. And I realized, this is how wealth is actually built. 5. I changed my circle. Yes, it mattered. You can't take wealth building seriously while surrounding yourself with people who treat money like a joke. I didn't cut people off, but I did get intentional. I followed new voices, listened to people who were living what I wanted. And slowly my mindset changed because my environment did. Money isn't just math, it's mentality. And if you want to build wealth, you need people around you who believe it's possible. 6. I learned to love boring money. This one might surprise you, but the more I learned, the more I realized that boring is profitable. Automating savings, index investing, budgeting on autopilot. None of it is flashy, but it works. And it works every single time. I stopped chasing high-risk plays and get-rich-quick ideas. Instead, I chased consistency. And that's when my finances finally stopped feeling chaotic and started feeling free. So what does being rich actually look like? For me, it looked like no credit card debt. An emergency fund that could cover 6+ months. Multiple income streams. The ability to say no without guilt. Real peace of mind. All because I stopped spending to impress and started building to protect. Here's what I want you to know. The world will always push you to look like you've made it. But the people who are actually building something real, you probably won't notice them at first. Because they're not showing off. They're showing up for themselves, for their families, for their future. So let me ask you this. Are you trying to look rich? Or are you actually working on being rich? There's no shame in where you're starting. There's only power in what you choose to do next. If this message hit home like this video, subscribe if you want more money advice that's simple, actionable, and honest. And comment below, what's the one piece of money advice you'll never forget? You don't need to perform wealth. You need to build it step by step, quietly, consistently, and with purpose. And when you do, you'll wake up one day realizing you didn't just look rich, you actually became it.